Hello fellow Barbar enthusiasts, I'm Bent aka the Gitemenos, and for the last 7 years I've been working on a game called Twofold Tower, which has only recently been announced. And one of the main inspirations behind Twofold Tower, alongside games such as Drod and Braid, is indeed Barbar is You. And so I wanted to make a video paying tribute to this fact and to take a look at what the two games have in common and what sets them apart. At a high level, both Barbar is You and Twofold Tower are large soca bands with an absurd amount of unique game elements, leading to highly varied puzzles. And they both have a focus on modular game rules. However, while Barbar is You is very purist in this regard, in Twofold Tower it is more of a complementary game mechanic, which is to say, whereas the different entity types in Barbar is You are like blank canvases, those in Twofold Tower have highly varied intrinsic behaviors, which the modularity is built on top of. Rule modifier orbs are Twofold Tower's counterpart to Barbar is You's property words, and just like them, orb effects may be added or removed from entities during the course of a puzzle. However, there is one major difference between the two, which is that orbs affect individual entities rather than all entities of a given type. There are over 40 different orb types in Twofold Tower, and unsurprisingly, there is some overlap between them and the properties in Barbar is You, such as flight being similar to float, protected being akin to safe, and gravity being a lot like the down arrow variety of fall. However, the vast majority of orb effects have no Barbar is You equivalent and vice versa. Other examples of orb types include one that makes an entity icy and slippery, another granting it immunity to undo, a third transporting it to an alternate dimension, a fourth making it sticky, a fifth making it clingy, thus ceasing to exist if not surrounded by other clingy entities, a sixth forcing it to move in the opposite direction than it would normally, a seventh causing it to resurrect adjacent dead entities, and so on. And just like in Barbar is You, there is a practically infinite number of ways to compose them in a puzzle. As an example, one of the late game levels of Twofold Tower even manages to recreate various kinds of classic pen and paper style deduction puzzles, which I think is quite a feat for a soca-ban. And because of this, it also includes a fully featured built-in level editor. An altogether different way in which Barbar is You has shaped Twofold Tower is through its art style. Early on in development, Twofold Tower looked very different from how it looks now, and not particularly good, as I was still very much a budding pixel artist. And at one point I was directly comparing my pixel art to that of Barbar is You when it suddenly struck me what didn't work about it and how it could be improved. Upon which I decided to essentially scrap the graphics I had made so far and start again from scratch. And within only a few hours I had made multiple sprites which remain in the game to this day, including that of the main player character. And so I still feel a little indebted to Barbar is You for bringing about this epiphany. And so for all of this, as well as the many hours of enjoyment it has given me, I want to express my appreciation for Barbar is You and Hempuli. And for all of you, if Twofold Tower has tickled your interest, I would be very grateful if you were to wishlist it on Steam. There's a link in the description. Especially as a solo developer without a marketing budget or a publisher, every wishlist makes a real difference. You're also more than welcome to join my Discord server, there's a link to that as well. And should you be interested in playtesting the game, please reach out. Other than that, I hope you have a nice day and I'll leave you to it.